Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Saturday, November 18th, 2017 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I trust this moment and its powerful essence of rebirth. And today we have this powerful new moon in Scorpio. The new moon will reach its peak at 3:42 a.m. Pacific time. That's 6:42 a.m. Eastern time. The new moon, it's always important to note, kicks off a cycle that will last the next 6 months. So we will have a full moon in Scorpio on April 29th of 2018. So from now until then, what are you wanting to bring into your life? I'm going to show one of my cards early. This to me connects to how we are meant to use the intention or manifestation process of Scorpio energy. So often with manifestation work, intentional work, it's so mental connected. And not to say, use this, use your mind in this, of course, write it down, make the notes, do the ceremonies, whatever is your new moon process. And yet realize that this is really where Dantian in your solar plexus, in your womb area and solar plexus is where these seeds are being planted and will grow forth over these next 6 months. So it's really important to recognize in this energy your power as creator, your power that dwells within you, in your physical body, and the power of transformation, rebirth, the renewal that comes with this new moon. So as we build into this new moon and working in through this, to me, this is a very good time to take some notes. Do use this, do use the mental aspect of it. Take notes. What are you leaving behind? What are you letting go of? Scorpio has a powerful essence of death, and all things have death and life, rebirth cycles. So what are you leaving behind? What are you ready to pass on in this life? And then notice what have been the blessings, what have been the lessons, and thank it. Thank it for its part in your life. And then continue on. What are you wanting to grow? What are you wanting to create? What do you want to put energy into to manifest and come into existence over these next 6 months? This is the power of a new moon. Like I said the other day, full moons usually get a lot of attention because oh my God, the big shiny in the sky, it's awesome, it's amazing, it's powerful, we feel it. But new moon carries just as much, if not more. I think it's balanced. So I think just as much activation power. And the thing with the new moon, which is always so interesting that I like to bring up. So full moon energy, the sun and the moon are opposite. And that's why the moon is reflecting that beautiful bright light. But with new moon energy, the sun energy and the moon energy are aligned in the sky. And that is why it is so powerful to set intentions, because here we have these cosmic beings who are aligned. And speaking of alignment, in this new moon energy, we have Chiron aligning. So there is healing going on. Maybe that's another thing. How have you been healed by this thing that you're letting go of? Can you trust that everything that is showing up in your life is there for some level and layer of healing? So tune into that healing layer. And then Uranus. Uranus is also feeding into this connection. Liberation, shedding those skins, taking off those clothes, those masks of things that do not mesh with your true vibration. And the more you take off those things that don't mesh with your vibration, the more you are able to step into your power, which really is at the core of Scorpio energy. Scorpio energy has so many different, there's different sayings that go along with every sign. Like Sagittarius, for instance, one of them is I know, or I believe. Well, Scorpio, some of them is I desire, I protect. To me, or I transform is another one. To me, the highest level, the one that we want to embody with Scorpio is I empower. I am empowered. And that is the potential of this energy. And you can infuse that energy, I am empowered, into every cell and into your womb solar plexus to let that reflect out and carry you through. Now, it is still dark of the moon. So there still may be shadows rising. This is good. This is good. If these shadows are rising, process it. Scorpio season is not going to be just over in the next couple days when the sun moves into Sagittarius. Scorpio season really just beginning, because we do have Jupiter working the Scorpio process for this next year. So this is the long haul, this rebirth process. This is the long haul coming into our power. Commit to it fully, but realize that this new moon is really what's the image that I have in my head? I don't know what they're called. When you're pitching a tent and you put those little things in the ground that hold the tent, like it's one of those, and it's very powerful and it's very important and it's necessary to your foundation. It's necessary to keeping your tents like connected to the ground, connected to this earth, and set up to protect you, shield you from the elements. So this is a cornerstone in and through the energy. I love the Sabian symbol, which I don't actually know where the Sabian symbol book currently is, so I'm going to just have to tell you it from memory. I said it yesterday in the scope. It is basically Native Americans moving to a new territory. So when I said, like, what are you leaving behind? You know, when they would leave the territory, bless it, thank you for what you gave us, and now we're moving on to the next. Thank you for these lessons. And here I am setting up in this new light, in this new energy, in my renewed power for this next little bit. This is the next territory. This is where we're setting the tent up. It also mentions, you know, how in Western culture we don't notice all that's going on around us, and this is a very important key to notice what is showing up. This new moon energy is at 26 degrees. That is 8 energy, and 8 energy is showing up. And it is about you showing up in your personal responsibility, but it's also noticing what is showing up around you, because what is showing up around you has messages for you, has lessons for you. And that's part of tuning into the power, by noticing and recognizing what is also showing up around you, and recognizing its resonance with you, in what way it is resonating with you. So, that being said, new moon, we start building into waxing moon energy, growing in the light, growing in the power, coming out of the darkness. But even still, even as we shift moon into Sagittarius, which brings another energy of levity to the situation, we are building into this Mars square Pluto energy, which will happen 4:15 a.m. Sunday morning. Check your motives, check your desires, and check how you are acting on these energies, because this can be quite combustible. It can definitely bring up the power issues within you. It can bring up control issues within you, and you may come to a head with those energies in and through yourself. Check your motives. Now, I have some interesting cards. I'm going to dive to the cards right here again. I have these cards. Ultimately, the Harmony card. Harmony in existence. And the Lovers in reverse. And what I'm getting from this is, in this energy, it may be really easy to put it off on somebody else. What's going on. These power plays, these manipulations, these control things, really easy to put it off on somebody else. It's not about somebody else. This is about coming into your power, coming into your personal harmony. So if you find that you're blaming somebody else for how you're feeling right now, then you're not in your responsibility. Again, check your motives, check your desires, and find your personal alignment, because it is really about you, where you are vibrating at this time. That's going to make the difference. So don't get caught up. Don't get caught up analyzing, figuring out somebody else's stuff. Doesn't matter. What's going on here? Come into your alignment. That's the power point. And that's going to be very important, because it's an intense connection, that Mars-Pluto energy. And I always love Danielle Laporte's quote, be impeccable with your desire. Be impeccable with your motives at this time. Really notice what's going on inside you. And I think really notice, so many times our motives, our desires can come outwardly from that fear place, or that idea of lack within us. Don't let that drive you. That is not a PowerPoint. That's just going to empty you. That's going to unwind you. That's going to suck your light out. So find the PowerPoint within yourself. Find the aligned place within yourself. Find where you trust in what is happening for you in this moment. Trust in what is showing up around you in this moment, and then let yourself rise in and through this. As I was sitting down to do the horoscope, I had Pandora playing, and this song that I love by F.C. Kahuna, I think, and I don't know what this song is actually. Hailing is the song, and one of the line that's like sung all through the song is like, don't think about all those things you fear, just be glad to be here. And Mercury in Sagittarius and the moon now in Sagittarius is hopefully aligning us with that light, aligning us with that energy where we can find the good, because that good is just going to infiltrate and feed into our personal power. So, like I said, moon will shift into Sagittarius. I don't know if it will feel too light, because it's really going to depend where we are at with the ongoing power plays that are in us and around us. But I do think that you do have the potential to grab onto that light, seize it, and let it bring you up. All right, so speaking of trusting the universe, I always trust the direction of the universe and know I'm being guided. Where you're at is perfect and where you're meant to be. And of course, you can always rise. You know, like you don't have to stay there. You can always rise, but like trust what's coming up around you and in through you. Trust yourself. I do have the inner voice card in reverse, and that to me, even though this intuition is so strong, some of that fear may be playing into your trust issues and letting you not really listen to yourself. Trust yourself, especially when it comes to your own personal inner alignment. Don't worry about anybody else, just the inner alignment at this time, because that's where this power, that's where this light, and that's where these manifestations, intentions, flowers, fruits are going to bloom from. All right, and then to finish up from the Sacred Power cards, this card jumped out, so I'm going to just read you the basics of it. Intuition, again, listening in, trusting to yourself. Look beyond the surface and listen carefully to your inner voice. But the real card, Mac Daddy, Mac Mommy, for this energy is unconditional love. You are loved and your generosity is welcomed by others. And the reading of this is so powerful. Love has the power to heal and transform, overcoming any emotion. True love is infinite with its expression, transcending limits and experiences. People often use the term love to receive an exchange of attention and validation. If used from a place of insecurity, love cannot be felt in its true form. This may lead us to question the quality of love we receive and how we give and share it with other people. Love drives us, whether in relationships, friendships, addiction, or destructive habits. Love, or the lack of love, drives our behavior and our actions. If our love is misguided, we may begin to shield ourselves and reject love because we are afraid. You may experience love with conditions because you have been hurt or rejected. Previously, you have felt unsupported and unloved. Trusting the wrong people may have led you down a difficult path, which at times could have been challenging. Your caution around people has affected your willingness to be open around others. Your desire to be accepted by family and friends has placed you in a position of rejection and betrayal, leaving you frustrated, resentful, and deprived of the unconditional and love and understanding that you seek and that you actually are. Right now, you are seeking that unconditional love. Embrace yourself and your inner child. As when found, this unconditional love can assist you through deep healing process. Step away from victimhood as you redefine the meaning of love. Approach your issues with understanding and without judgment. Speak openly from your heart. Are you acting with unconditional love right now, or does it come with expectation or conditions? We are happiest when our love is at its purest, unmixed by expectations. As we open our heart to the Eternal Mother, she comforts us with unconditional love and open arms. She requests that you assess your relationship with your own mother and learn to appreciate all your teachers of love. That reminds me of GPS this week. We talked about Mama Gaia, Mother Earth, holding us, supporting us, and realize not all of us have had the greatest mother experiences, but there are beautiful mother archetypes and mother energies out there, including our very own Earth. And so if you do not have that beautiful connection, yes, healing can be done there, but look to something that does nourish and nurture you, including yourself, to help you heal in and through that. The prayer is, I call upon the Divine Mother to open my heart to forgiveness. I ask you to work through me to give and share unconditional love in all its divinity. So that is a beautiful thing, and that is the truest power that we do want to tap into in this energy, is the power of love that it runs in and through us at all times, despite the pain and the process that we go through as humans living on this planet. And it's intense at times. I mean, it's been very intense this week, right? But that love is running in and through us at all times. And there is no shortage of it. And there is no lack of it. And any idea of that is in our mind and where we may dwell and create more, based on all the experience, but it's not true. And it doesn't have to be true any longer in your life. So, that being said, come join us in LA, December 2nd, GPS, workshop, me and Nikki. We are looking so forward to it. Book a reading if you want to dive deeper into your personal chart. Happy new moon. The better it gets, the better it gets. And there is enough love in the universe for you. Namaste.